So I finished a book, which is exciting. No, it wasn't Wicked, but I finished The Timekeeper by Mitch Albom. It's a really short read. I started it probably around 7 o'clock last night and then finished it just after another hour of reading. So maybe like 3-hour read altogether. But as quick as it was to read, the lessons that are inside of the book really resonate with me, and I think they will with a lot of people. It's definitely a really deep book that makes you think. So basically, The Timekeeper deals with time. There's 3 different characters: Dor, Victor, and Sarah. Dor, or as we also know him as Father Time, is punished for measuring time. He was the first person who ever decided, to start to try to measure time. And he's put into a cave and told that he has to stay there and listen to everyone on Earth's plea for more time. And then there's Sarah. Sarah's a teenage girl. She's a really neat character. I liked her in the book a lot. She's a senior in high school. She's a little awkward. She's smart, but she doesn't have any friends. And she falls in love with a boy. Or she thinks she's fallen in love with a boy. And she finds out he's not such a great person. Boys are not all they're cracked up to be sometimes. And so while she's dealing with that, and we read about that experience, we also learn about Victor. Victor is an elderly man who's dying from cancer. And unlike Sarah, who's constantly trying to rush through things in her life because of her excitement, Victor, because he's facing the end of his life, is trying to make his life longer by whatever means possible. I think you'll like this book if you've read any of Mitch Albom's other books and really enjoyed them. The setup is pretty much exactly the same. But I also think you'll like this book if you've ever felt bullied and disappointed and confused about life. And who hasn't felt at least one of those things, or not all of those things, all at the same time. But then you might not like this book if you prefer monster reads, if you like monster reads because it tends to lead to really complex characters, really complex storylines that span over hundreds of pages. I really enjoyed this book. 1, it was nice to finish a book and have that sense of accomplishment, but 2, it is really relevant to my life. I have always been that person who says, wouldn't it just be nice if we could hop in a time machine and just fast forward through everything and get to whatever thing it is in my life that I'm looking forward to in that moment. It has really good lessons to learn and ideas to reflect on. Sure, we only have so much time on this earth, but how are we using that time? And then when it comes to a point where something ends, or as in Victor's case, life ends, we also have to understand how grateful we should be for the time that we have on this earth. Also, as part of #Friday, I'm going to be reading Wicked. But I am taking a note from The Timekeeper, and I'm going to try and enjoy it as much as I can. I really just want it to be over though. And part of what fuels my desire for it to just be over is that I got Gone Girl from the library. I've heard so many good things about this book, and I'm super excited to start it. Hopefully my #Friday reading will actually turn from Wicked into Gone Girl. Alright, I hope everyone has a good weekend, stay warm, and keep reading.